spirit for the Lord, I can't turn down. Talking too much, bruh, it's time for you to learn now.
So what they hearing, they offended, get up. So the Bible says that a man is not supposed to be shaving off his beard. Do you shave? I can tell it's growing back right now, but I can tell that you shaved it before. So now the Bible says that we shouldn't be doing that. That's a commandment of God. That because how do you tell the difference between a man and a woman? What's a key indicator that you from just looking on the outside of the clothes?
Woman, long hair, man, short hair.
Okay, well, what's on the face? If you're looking at what grows on a man's face that a woman don't have? A beard. Why? Because God put that in order. He said a man's supposed to grow a beard on his face. That's a manly badge of dignity. That's what because there's only two people that don't have beards. That's women and children. You should grow out your beard because that's what God says. And when you don't do that, you're breaking the commandments. And it might seem like a simple thing, like, oh, that's a small thing. That's just my beard. God's mad at that? Yes. God is the God of details. He said the simple things matter to him. So you got to be applying these laws. That's the first step in how we gather our people back together. Because how are we going to gather together if we don't believe the same things? If we don't worship the same God, if we're not keeping his commandments? You got to recognize that you're an Israelite, and then you got to be applying the laws of God. That's what you have to do. You have to stop taking pride in these other nations and the things that they gave us. Because what you're doing, you're taking pride in what the nations give us is what our people did back in the past. We did that already. Give me that the one in Maccabees about they didn't want to serve the priesthood. Because we did that already. Our people did that, and it led us to destruction. To when we prefer the culture of the other nations over our own. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do. We worship their culture instead of our God. That's why we can believe this right here. Who is this? Who is that?
Me?
This, yeah. Who they say this is?
This guy right here?
Yeah.
To me, he's not Jesus Christ.
To you, he's not. Okay, so who is Jesus Christ? What does he look like?
No, he would to me, he looked like someone in the Middle East.
What does that look like? Somebody in the Middle East. Are you saying he's like an Arab? You saying like he's an Arab man? What are you saying?
He was light skinned.
He wasn't what?
He was not light skinned.
He was not light skinned. So now does the Bible give a description of him?
Small details, right?
Small details? But does it give a description? It does. We're gonna see what the Bible says. Hold on, hold that for a second. We'll go to the Revelations. Go to Revelations first. Because this is all going back to the false doctrines that we've been taught.
I know where you're going. Yeah, I agree.
Man, there's a time when you just...
That's good, because now we got to be applying the laws. You got to understand that what's your nationality? If you agree with the Bible says who, that's not who you are. That's not God. What does God call you? Because you won't find Mexican in the Bible.
Here?
Yeah, because do I find Mexican American in the Bible?
Am I Aztec?
No, this is what God calls you on this side.
I don't know, what is that right there?
That says Issachar. Issachar, that's what God calls you. That's what the Bible says you are. Not so-called Mexican American. That's a false doctrine. We just talked about it. Where did America come from? Where does that name come from? Well, do you remember where it came from? Yeah, from an Italian man, right? That's a Caucasian man's name. So if you keep calling yourself an American, you're calling yourself after the other nations. So let's see what Christ looks like. Because right now you got to understand that you are an Israelite. You came from the same nation that Christ came from.
That's right.
All right, read that.
Revelation chapter 1 verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So it said Jesus Christ, the hair on his head and the hair on his face was white like wool. What is the texture of wool? You ever seen a sheep before? Okay, so now does a sheep have curly hair or straight hair? Curly hair, curly kinky hair like afro hair. That's the type of hair that a sheep has. Read.
As white as snow.
Go ahead.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Meaning the whites of his eyes was red because he drank wine. Go ahead.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
And it says his feet was like fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. So now, what color is brass? Okay, it's a brownish color, right? So now, so he said, his feet was like brass, as if they burned. So now, if you burn anything, what color does it become? It becomes black. If you burn white rice, it's gonna turn black. If you burn that white shirt, it's gonna turn what? So now, are your feet the same color as the rest of your body? If I look at the top, I see the top of your ankles right now. That's the same color as your face.
I think my feet are wider than.
Well, it might be a little lighter because it don't see as much sun, right? But it's still the same color. If your face didn't get no sun, it'd be the same color. So now Christ has said he was a dark-skinned man with afro woolly hair. So that what would Christ be called today if he was walking the earth? What would Christ be called today if he was walking the earth right now? What would people call him? No, I'm saying what kind of people would he call him? If he was walking the earth, you would be like, oh, that's a what man?
Oh, okay, I see.
Well, what kind of people would he be?
What? Middle Eastern?
No, let's see. Are the Middle Easterns, do they have curly wool hair? Kinky afro hair? Do they have that? Do Middle Easterns have that? No, so how can he be a Middle Eastern? Are Middle Easterns, some of them are pretty dark, but are they the same? Are they dark skinned, like they were burned in a furnace? Okay, I'm gonna get out the Bible. I want to make sure the Bible says it. Give me Jeremiah 14:2. Because what was Jesus Christ was from the tribe of Judah. So we're gonna see what the Jews look like. I'm gonna use the word of the Bible. All right. So that was simple. You know what I'm saying? But what happens is we got a lot of false religions and doctrines in our head, and it make our mind do loopy-loops. So where we can't get to a simple answer. That's a simple conclusion. Christ was a black man. And we're gonna read it out the Bible. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth.
Judah mourneth. Christ was a Jew. He was from the tribe of Judah. Go ahead.
And the gates thereof languish. They are blood.
The Jews are what?
Blood.
Wait, what color are the Jews? My brother, what color are the Jews? Is that what he said, or did the Bible say that? So the Bible says the Jews are black. So how do we get this false image? How do we get that Christ was Middle Eastern? Where do you get that from?
Why do you guys have American blacks? Why not just blacks?
Because that's what our people know themselves as today. This is what they call us in this land. So we got to help you identify who we're talking about. That's what they call us. That's what we helping them realize who we are. We're not American blacks, right? We're the tribe of Judah. But our people don't know that. Just like you didn't know you wasn't from the tribe of Issachar. This is why you thought you was a Mexican American. But that's not what God calls you. That's why you got the true to the red, white, and blue on your shirt. Even though the red, white, and blue has beat us down for centuries.
Right. They
beat, killed, and destroyed your people. But yeah, we got true to it. Why are you true to it? But I see you saying it's a shirt, but you didn't put that on your body and walk around with it and then think, you know what I'm saying, this pertains to you. I wouldn't put a shirt on that says, I love ponies. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't walk around with that.
If I had no other shirt, I would put that shirt on.
So you didn't have no other shirts? That's your only shirt? I'm with you, but I'm saying that there's a level of care that you have for that. That's why you put it on.
I like it.
And I know you do. So, but that's what I'm telling you. We gotta separate ourselves from this nation, because us loving them is what made it hard for us to understand that Christ is a black man. That's what makes it hard for our people to accept the truth, because we true to this false language, this false nation who taught us nothing but lies. Because we're true, because self-consciously we're true to them, because they taught us everything that we know here in this land. That's the reason we like, wait a minute, Christ is black. I hear what you're saying, but he's Middle East. I'm an Issachar, I'm Mexican, I'm not a Mexican. I hear what you're saying, but I'm still Mexican American. That's why it's such a disconnect. You keep going back to it because you still feel loyalty to these people.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.